Oh, like I've said in a previous video, if I'm going to uh, lambast UNOS, who I guess is now OPTN, then I gotta praise them too. So what they've done is they've implemented um, more policies to make it safer for um, like in the life stage patients or patients that are either have non-functioning brain activity or near imminent death. Their death is imminent, which is how I got my transplant. Um, the woman that gave me a transplant was considered like death was imminent. She wouldn't recover. So that's how I ended up with my transplant. I got it from her because of those circumstances. So, and somebody brought this up in one of my comments, and it got me thinking. Right, and this really preys on the paranoia of waking up in a bathtub full of ice, missing your kidney. So UNOS, OPTN, they recognize this fear. So what they've decided to do is they've decided to implement measures to sort of, if a if anything arises with a patient that is considered like death is imminent, their death is imminent, they can pause procurement. So like, let's say you've been in a coma, or let's say oh, well, death is imminent, and then something at the last minute happens, and they have the slightest chance that you could be revived, and you can recover, right? Like if you're in a coma, or or for whatever reason you've been injured, or you have a condition, they can say, hold on, wait a minute now, wait a minute, hold up. Based off new findings, we believe that this person can recover. We have reason to believe that, we can resuscitate them, we can bring them back to life, we can integrate them back into society as a normal person. So we have to stop with the organ procurement. We cannot take this person's organs from them yet, because there's still a chance. Now, this implementation is something that is like a recent thing. I believe I got an email and I read about this in last year, 2025, and I had to like actually do additional research to make sure that like I got all my facts straight before I just made a video. But things like this is stuff that like, these are things that like they weren't even talking about 5 years ago. And I believe, now that I'm thinking about it, what sparked somebody to leave a comment on one of my videos like that was because I signed up to be a donor on my driver's license. So if something happens to me, my organs get donated. And the person that wrote that mentioned that if you sign up to be a donor, that will incentivize hospitals to not try to save you in order to harvest your organs. Now, I'm not going to sit here and tell you what to believe, what you believe. That's up to you, if that's what you believe. But like UNOS is, or OPTN is actually trying to take precautionary measures to make sure that they protect patients in those positions.